Welcome and welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Finally got it. Okay, so I've been under the weather, but I just wanted to get this delicious eat out. Usually I've been making recipes for delicious treats, but this time I decided to do a delicious eat. Now, if you've been with my channel for a while, I thank you. I do read all of your comments. I thank you for sticking with me. I thank you for fully supporting my channel. If you're new to my channel, please continue to watch. All of my recipes is fast, easy, and delicious to make. Okay, so let's get started. You know I don't like to keep you all waiting. So I may be pronouncing this wrong, and I probably am, so excuse me. But this dish is made like in Puerto Rico, and Cuba. And I believe it's pronounced Papas Rellenas. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, please put a 1 in the comment. So I will try to pronounce it correctly the next time. Okay, so I start off with potatoes. Now I'm using Idaho potatoes. And why am I using Idaho potatoes? Because it was on sale. So I'm simply going to peel this. Now you don't have to use Idaho. You can use whatever brand that you like, whatever brand is on sale. This happened, sorry about that, to be on sale. So that's what I'm using. So I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this over for a few minutes. Oh boy, I should have thought that one out. But no, I'm not going to move it over. I'm just going to keep peeling away. So yeah, it's nothing special about peeling a potato. If you don't have a potato peeler, you know for the longest time I used to peel my potatoes by knife, with a knife, by hand. Yeah, using a knife. And you can do that. You do not need to use a potato peeler if you don't have one. Yeah, I think I'm going to move this over a little bit for right now. And I'm going to set this right here. And we're going to move this. So, you know, the weather is crazy where I am. One day hot, one day cold. Obviously, I went outside and I got a cold. I caught a cold. Yes, I did. I am feeling a little bit better now, which is why I'm able to make this video. But it was just so cold outside this week. And they're telling us it's spring. I don't feel spring yet. Let me know where you are, how the weather is treating you. But I'm not complaining. It could be a lot worse. I know in other places it is, so I'm not going to complain about the weather. That's the last thing I'm going to complain about. So, did anyone go away or have plans for the summer? I can't believe summer's right around the corner. And so those potatoes that I'm peeling, like I said, those are Idaho. If you want to use russet or if you have russet, use russet. Oh boy, I'm so sorry about that. Maybe this is a little bit better. I hope so. Again, nothing special to this part. Just peeling a potato. Use whatever potatoes on sale. And if you have potatoes, right, and you can't figure out what to do, this is the perfect recipe for them. Because you may be tired of mashed potatoes or French fries. But I do admit, using this peeler is so much faster than doing it with a knife. For years I've peeled by knife, using a knife. Okay. Okay, so I have one more. Yeah, I don't have any plans to go anywhere this summer. Like I said in my last video, I would love to go to Ireland. But I don't think that's in the cards just yet. Perhaps one day. Anyone have any suggestions? Maybe I stay local. Go somewhere for my birthday, which is coming up. Hopefully, Lord's willing. You know, every day above ground is a good day. Can I complain? Of course I could. I'm sure you could too. But you know what I find out in life? Complaining won't change anything. Yeah. And then some people just hate being around you because you're just a negative Nancy. Okay, so all 3 of my potatoes are peeled. And I'm just going to get this in some boiling water. Okay, set that aside. Now, let me clean up all these potato peels and get that out of the way. Okay. So now you're going to see how easy this dish is, this delicious eat. So now I'm just going to add a little oil to my pan. And this is not special. This is regular cooking oil. You can use don't use olive oil. The flavor is too strong. So you want to use corn oil, vegetable oil, any kind of oil that's kind of neutral. And I'm just going to spread this around the plate, around the pan, so my meat won't stick. Okay, I'm also trying to adjust this camera. Please forgive me for that because my camera's just acting crazy. My camera stick. Okay, so I have some ground beef. You can use any kind of ground meat you want. Actually, this is not ground beef, but you can use ground turkey. You can use the dark meat turkey. You can use ground chicken. Any meat. You can use ground beef if you want. Traditionally, I believe it's made with ground pork. But if you don't eat pork for health reasons or for any other reasons, hey, you can use any meat you like. So now, that's it. Now I have a yellow onion, right? So this is, run-of-the-mill yellow onion, nothing special there. I'm not going to use this whole onion. I'm going to cut it in half. Yeah. So some people use the white onion. You can, or Vidalia onion. But I found that the Vidalia onion is a little bit too sweet for this dish. So what you're actually hearing is my pan heating up. So I'm going to I know people go crazy when they see me do it like this and don't use a cutting board. But I've been doing this for years, cutting like this, and I've never cut myself. But please, if you need a cutting board, use a cutting board. And again, you just want to cut it up. It doesn't have to be in fine fine pieces or anything. It could be in chunks. Okay. Because it's going to cook down in the meat, and that's what we want. Okay. Now, as you saw, some of my onion just flew away. So I'm going to cut that up. And if you don't like pieces of onion in your food, you can omit this part. But like I said, depending on what restaurant I had it in, a Puerto Rican restaurant, a Cubano restaurant, each one had like a little different filling. This is a bell pepper. Now, if you've never had a bell pepper, it's shaped like a bell, which is why it gets that name. But it's not peppery at all. In fact, it's very sweet. I would say, more sweet. The red ones and the yellow and the orange. The green, not so much. So now I'm just cutting that in half, and it has seeds in it. You really don't want the seeds. The seeds is not good to eat, so I'm taking the seeds out. Okay, I removed the seeds. They won't kill you. They really just don't taste that good. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did with the potato. Just cut it up. And I know some people say, why don't you use a cutting board? It's really easy for me. This is the vein. And again, I take that white part out because it takes forever to cook. It stays tough. And I'm just chopping. I know they always say, why don't you use a cutting board? I don't know. I'm just really easy with doing it like this. But again, if you don't want to, you don't have to. You can use a cutting board if you feel more comfortable with that. And I'm just cutting it up to make it in finer pieces. So how have life been treating all of you? I can't believe in a couple of months it's going to be 2027. I mean, I am not complaining. I am so happy and praying that I get to see 2027. Loved ones get to see 2027 and be together. I think society at large has been through a lot since the pandemic. And I think hopefully we came out stronger for it. Okay, so I'm going to cut this up a little bit finer. And if you didn't like red peppers, you can omit it. You can also use green peppers, yellow peppers, and again, they're not sweet. They're not spicy at all. I don't want that name of pepper to like make you not want to try it. So first I'm cutting it kind of large, and then I'm gonna cut it small. And you're probably saying you could have did that on a cutting board. Yes, I could have, but I call it freestyle cutting stuff like this. When you don't use a cutting board or anything. But again, if you're not comfortable, don't do it like that. You know, I love hearing from you guys, so leave a comment. Let me know what you love for me to, or would like for me to try to make. Okay. And my pan is heating up, so I'm going to be moving pretty fast. I'm not trying to burn myself. Okay, here we go. And that's one thing about ground meat. It cooks up pretty fast. Now we're going to come in with my Old Faithfuls. I call these my Old Faithfuls. I'm coming in with some garlic. And as usual, measurements and ingredients will be in the description box. So that's about 2 tablespoons. And I'm using adobo. And I'm using the yellow, blue. And it doesn't have pepper. You could pretty much get this in your regular supermarket. And again, I love to season to taste. And that's about 3. And I'm not going to add any salt because I'm adding that. And now I'm coming in with my onion. If I could get it to come out. There we go. And now we're going to come in with a little bit of black pepper. Okay. There we go. Now, one thing that's great about ground meat, once the meat starts turning dark, you know it's done. But I may let it go a little bit longer because actually I was supposed to toast the vegetables first, the onions, and I didn't. I'm moving a little too fast. And because my pan isn't quite really hot, I'm going to go in and cut up a little bit finer. But again, I don't advise for you to do this because you could burn yourself. Okay. Yeah, I love eating at different restaurants. And what I mean by different restaurants, different cultural foods. I feel like if I can't go to the country, I can at least, explore the cuisine. And again, it's always different. Like you can go to, countless Puerto Rican restaurants, and it tastes different. You could go to Cubana's restaurant, and each one is made a little bit different. So you can put your spin on this if you want. Now, I'm not worried about getting it all the way done, but I am going to get it all the way done because you're going to see in a minute what we're going to do with this. We're going to tie this dish all together. Okay. I'm just breaking it up because I don't want any meats to be like chunky. Now, the one I had, I believe if I remember correctly, it was in a Cuban restaurant. I'm going to turn my eye up a little bit more. And it had some peas and carrots in it. Like I said, if you don't like any meat, you could make this completely vegetarian. Excuse me. And that's about a half a can. So that's about, I'd say about 6 ounces. But if you wanted to omit the meat, you can and make it all vegetarian. Oh, excuse me. Just trying to make sure this meat is all the way done. definitely don't want to not cook this thoroughly through. I had an incident where the meat wasn't completely cooked through, and this was beef. And yeah, send the person to the hospital, needless to say. I know people say you can eat a rare steak. Your steak could be rare, even bloody rare, but I don't know why. When it comes to ground beef, even though it's beef, like a steak, it's really not good to have it rare. Don't know why, but if you know, leave it in a comment as to why. Because I add all these other ingredients to it, I'm going to come back with a little bit more adobo. Just a little bit. So that's about 4 tablespoons. Okay. So now I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to take this out. And I'm going to let it cool. So that's what you're seeing me do off camera. It's just putting it in the bowl. Nothing special there. So let me move it off camera. Yeah, I'm just putting it in the bowl, guys. Okay. So now that that's done, I'm going to set this to the side. I am going to move this over because we don't need it anymore right now. So let me just move this. Now I have some potatoes. These are the potatoes. Remember those potatoes that I had boiling? I had some already prepared. So these are those. And what I'm going to do now, I am just going to use some bouillon chicken flavor. And that's why I'm not going to add any salt because it's already salty. When I add this, this will be salty enough. Okay. Now, believe it or not, I had my potato masher and I don't know where it is. Oops, sorry about that. But I'm going to use the back of the spoon to break it up. If you have a potato masher, you go right ahead and use a potato masher. I cannot find mine even though I just had it. And so when you cook your potatoes, you want to cook it all the way through until it's really nice, like you're going to make mashed potatoes. I have no idea. I have my potato masher, but that's not going to slow me down. You want to cook and cook it and cook it and cook it. When you leave a comment or a thumbs up the video or even thumbs down, it does, it helps me. One way or the other, both ways. Let me know, okay, they didn't like it, so let me do something different. Thumbs up, I know you did, and I continue to do what you like. It also helps the channel, helps the algorithm. Now, I don't understand how it works, this algorithm, but I'm told that people need to engage in your video so other people can see it. So please do that and share it. So now this is nothing special. You're just doing this like if you was making mashed potatoes. Sometimes I make smashed potatoes. And what I mean by that, it's still kind of chunky. But you want this one that's not as chunky. You don't want it chunky really at all. Okay. So it's just like making mashed potatoes. Now I know you're probably thinking, okay, so what is she going to do with that? You will see in a minute how this all going to come together. I'm going to move this over. And I have this, and what I'm gonna put in this is a little bit of flour. Again, nothing special, just all purpose. No, self-rising. But if you have all purpose, you can use all purpose, is what I was going to say. And I'm going to come in with just a little bit of cornstarch. That's more than a little. And now I'm just going to mix this together. Nothing special there. You have self-rising flour, you can use self-rising flour. And some do this without any cornstarch. So if you just have flour, and then some do it without any flour, just cornstarch. So there you go. Use whatever you have on hand. Okay. So let me come back in with this. I forgot to add something. Now at this point, you can taste this, right? Because everything in this is already done. So we just put some butter and we put chicken bouillon powder in it. But you can taste it and see if you want to add anything else to it. Right now, I'm happy the way it is. So now I'm just going to crack this egg. And this is a medium. No, this is a large egg. Because now at this point, you can't taste it. Okay. So you want to stir until it's combined. And potatoes is thick, so you may have to keep stirring for a while. But it will get there, trust me. Sometimes you ever make a dish and it look like you did something wrong? You didn't. I used to panic when I used to watch other shows, other channels, and I would try to duplicate the dish. So for those of you who are new, you will have no trouble duplicating this dish or any dish that I make. They all have to be very simple. Okay. For some reason, something is telling me to put another egg in, so I am. And here we go. And we're just going to stir this up again, just like we did the other one. And not eggs. Potatoes is thick. So it takes a while for it to absorb. I'm telling you, this is worth it. It tastes delicious. Now, when I go to the restaurant to buy this, needless to say, you could get 2 of them and it's about $5. And I don't think this whole thing cost me that. Just making sure all of the eggs is absorbed. And it is. Okay. So now, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to move some stuff over, try to make some room. Okay, I am going to, first I'm going to dust my hands with some flour and cornstarch. I know this looks crazy. Okay. I wish I did have a bigger space, but I don't. And this is why you want the potatoes to be as cool as possible. So now I'm going to put some in my hand. And I'm going to make a little dent in the center as possible. And I'm just going to use a scooper. I probably should have used a scooper for the potatoes. Remember the meat? Yeah, I'm going to put that right in there, right in the center. And now we're going to fold. Now it may feel like it's not coming together, but that's okay. Just keep folding. And you may have to come back with a little bit more potatoes, which I am. Yeah, now you see why you have to coat your hands. Okay. Now, I was looking at that and it was sticking to my hands a little too much. So what I'm going to do is, because I think I put too much eggs, I should have just did one. So I'm going to add a little bit of flour, and I'm going to use about a half a cup. And this is why you want the potatoes to be cool, very cool, so it doesn't burn you, so it won't burn your hand. So now, yeah, and I'm only doing this because you saw it was like really sticking to my hand, and it's going to stick to your hand, but you don't want it to stick that much. Okay. So now the flour looks like it's combined. And we're going to go and try this one more time. I'm going to set this over because I realized I forgot to do something. So this is what gives it the Papas Rellenas, that's beautiful color. This is with saffron. So I'm going to use 1 pack or half a pack. You really don't need a whole pack. Okay. I'm just going to add that to the mixture. I'm going to take this fork and just spread it. And it adds a wonderful color and flavor. Give it a try. Again, these ingredients you can find at your market. I'm going to use the whole pack. Why not? Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to try this one more time. I am going to dust my hand with a little bit of this flour. Flour and cornstarch mixture. And I'm going to bring this back over. Now, on the side of me, I have a cutting board that I'm going to lay them on. You'll see what I'm speaking about in a minute. Okay. So here we go. Okay. Going to make a little indentation, a little dent, so you can put the filling in. And this is the meat and vegetable filling. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I am going to put some more on top instead of trying to fold it. Yep, I think that makes much better sense. And I know it's sticking, but that's okay. Yep, there we go. And now I'm going to roll this as much as I can in the flour and dough mixture. I'm going to coat it. So you really want to take your time with this because it's still very fragile. You're going to pick it up. There we go. Trust me, it's all worth it in the end. And think of it like when you do a meatball, right? You know how you try to get it nice and round, but you don't want to pack it? So there we go. Now I'm going to set it to the side and just let it rest. And I'm going to repeat that. So here go another one. And I don't want to make them too big, but I don't want to make them too small. So there we go. We're going to come in, make a little indent, and put a little bit of the filling in, or as much as you like. Top it off with a little bit more of the potato mixture, which is just mashed potatoes. I'm sorry about that. Again, we're going to do it like we're doing a meatball. I know it doesn't look that good. It looks so messy, but just think of it like a meatball. I'm going to coat my hand again. And I'm going to sprinkle, okay? Please forgive me for hitting the flour, for hitting the camera. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I finish off all of them. Okay. So now here we go. Just like if you was making a meatball. You know, cooking is messy, but if you have clean hands and patience, no problem. And let me tell you, it is worth it in the end because it tastes absolutely delicious. Okay, put that to the side. Make another one. Put that into my hand. Let me know that you try. You know what? The little ones would love to help with this. I find that little ones love to get their hands messy in the kitchen with mommy or with daddy. I'll put a little bit on the top. And again, same thing like making a meatball. And I'm going to take some of this dough, not dough, the coating. Now, I know they probably, the Cubanos, I'm so sorry if you're watching this, or Puerto Ricans, they probably say, what is she doing? But this is my version of your dish. I do love it. If somebody have an easier way of doing it, let me know. I'm going to put that to the side. Now give me a second to clean up my hands and I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to go and clean off my hands and just straighten some stuff up because you can tell I made it. It was very messy. Now, I'm going to put this meal together. I'm all over the place, but stick with me. You'll see. Trust the process. This is a plantain. It's not a bit banana, right? Although I'm sure it's probably in the family. And when you see it in the market like this, you may think it's not good. It is. It's delicious. So let me put some oil in a pan first. Okay. And again, this is just regular cooking oil. Now, you don't have to fry this, but I don't feel like waiting. You can cook this in the, to say was, this is in the banana family. And now, this is a sweet plantain, right? And if you get the green plantain, it will never turn to this. It will never turn sweet. And like I said, you don't have to fry it. You just peel it. I'm sorry. You don't have to fry it. You can cook it in the oven. You can bake it. I don't feel like baking it. So you just peel it almost like you did a banana. The skin is a little bit tougher, but it's coming off. So there we go. And I'm going to fry these because why? I don't feel like waiting. And you see, it looks just like a banana. It's delicious. Now you can eat it just like this, you know. It won't kill you. And it is delicious, but it's softer when you cook it, of course. It's so soft, I think it's breaking up. And I'm trying to keep it whole. These are delicious. I can eat a ton of these. Okay, so I'm going to take the spoon because I don't want to burn myself. And I'm just going to place it in the oil. Okay. Please don't forget to like the video and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You know, an emoji in the comment section, something. And if anyone have a better way of making Papas Rellenas, please let me know. I'm sure it's not that messy as the way I was doing it, but I'm going to move this one over and I'm going to put another one in. And I don't like the way my camera is looking. I don't know why it's looking like that. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. And you just want to fry that until it's like golden brown. I'm going to try to wipe the camera, so bear with me. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a better view for you. And again, you just want to fry these until they're brown. And that may take a few minutes. But they are so worth it. I mean, they taste like candy. They are so sweet. Really, give it a try. You see this is nice and golden brown. It's not burned. I don't know what's going on with this camera, but yeah. It's golden brown. So now I'm going to take it out. And this is what you want. But I'm going to be real gentle. Take out one at a time because I don't want it to break. They are so sweet. This is perfect. Okay, I'm going to put it on the plate. And I'm going to take out the other one. And again, you can bake this. You don't have to fry it if you don't want to fry. You can bake it. Okay. So now have that to the side. Now you're probably wondering, what did she do with those Papas Rellenas? And I'm probably saying it wrong, so please forgive me. And I'm going to show you. I just set them to the side and let them stiffen up a little bit. And now we are going to fry them. Ease them into the grease as easy as I can. Yep, there we go, one. Let's see if I can get another one in here. Thank you for sticking with me. I'm going to try to find out what is going on with my camera. I don't know what's going on with this camera. Okay, there we go. I think it's nice and brown. So now I'm going to get it out of the oil. Now I like mine nice and golden brown. You don't have to cook yours as long. Okay, I'm just putting this on the plate and I'm going to show it to you in a second. Let me turn this off. Last thing I want to do is burn myself. And I'm going to slide this over. And I'm going to move this out the way. And here we go. I put the whole meal together. Please forgive me with my camera. It was really acting up today. I don't know what's going on. This one cooked probably a little too much, but not really. Like I said, I like it nice and crispy, but you don't have to make it so crispy like that. So I'm going to set this one over here because you may not like it. So here we go. So I'm calling these Papas Rellenas, and I know I'm probably saying it wrong. And these are the 2 sweet plantains. They are delicious. Please give it a try. But don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, share the video. I really debated about uploading this video because of my camera, but I figure I'll put it out anyway. Someone may enjoy it. Until next time, enjoy.